Hello there. Today, we will be covering structural techniques. So, why would you need structural techniques? Well, in the creative writing aspects of your GCSE examination, examiners will look for structural techniques. You will need them to move up the mark scheme and get more marks. Along with creative writing, structural techniques will also be used in your analysis for some questions. For example, in AQA English Language Paper 1, Question 3. That is why it is essential to make sure you know your structural techniques. Now, let's answer this question. What are structural techniques? Structural techniques are about how the writer has structured the text, i.e., where the words are placed on the page. You don't think about their actual meaning. Regardless of what the word means, these structural techniques are just about where they are on the page. Students often find analyzing structural techniques more difficult than analyzing language techniques. The same goes for implementing these techniques into your writing. Hopefully, by the end of this video, you will know how to implement structural techniques in your work and how to analyze them, and what structural techniques you can analyze, because they are really easy once you know what they are. Let's start off with anaphora and repetition. Anaphora is repeating phrases or words at the start of a clause or sentence. Repetition can occur anywhere within the sentence. So repetition can be anywhere, but anaphora has to be at the start of your clause or at your sentence. Both of these are structural devices, so anaphora is a form of repetition. Next up, we have shifts in focus. So this is a really easy one to use. The writer can start off by describing a green car. Then, after that, they can shift focus to a tree, for example. So you can talk about the shift in focus and the effect of it. Does it make something stand out? Does it emphasize something? Most writers will include shifts in focus in their text. We also have shifts in tone. Shifts in tone are really easy to implement and also really easy to analyze, as long as you know what to look for. Maybe the writer starts off in the beginning with a really happy, joyful, cheerful, carefree tone, but towards the end, it becomes more sinister. Maybe you can do that as well. We also have cyclical structure. Cyclical structures are a great technique to implement in your own writing. A cyclical structure is when you start off with an element and you go back round to that same element to the end. We also have patterns or motifs. This can be a certain idea or concept repeated multiple times throughout the text. Why is the writer drawing emphasis to it? You can add motifs to your work. For example, you can add the moon. They use the moon in Jekyll and Hyde a lot as a motif. You should also think about your order of events. Are you writing in a chronological order? Or are you going to write from a bunch of different times in different orders? But you have to be really careful because you do not want this to be too confusing. See what your writer is doing if you're analyzing a piece of text. Do they write in chronological order? Or do they talk about one event, an event that happened before, or an event that's going to happen? Speaking about the order of events, you also have flashbacks and flash forwards. Does the writer use any time skips? Are they talking about a certain event, then skip over to a week later? What is the effect of this? Does it create confusion? Always make sure you analyze the effect on the reader. I hope you enjoyed that quick recap on structural devices. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments below. To see more content like this, don't hesitate and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.